Hi folks, Dr. Rob Barrington here with some more nutrition advice. This is going to be a video about products on eBay. I wanted to address some of the problems I find with buying things off eBay. This might spread into a number of videos, but I wanted to focus on one particular thing in this video, and that was I wanted to look at herbal supplements. And I wanted in particular to look at the way that the amounts within the herbs in the products are advertised. I think this is a little bit misleading. I have written to some of the people, some of the sellers on eBay, and explained to them that they've got their labeling wrong. And obviously they've done nothing about it, and those labels are still wrong. So rather than look at it from one perspective, which is asking them to change their labeling and actually make the products look like they are labeled correctly, I thought it'd be easier to put the information out there, and then the consumer can make the decision. Anybody that watches my video then has the power to be able to have a look at the product and decide whether it has the amount of herb in that they want it. I've got an example here. I'm not particularly picking on nutrition, but it just happens to be a packet of supplements that I have here that I can use as an example. I actually quite like this product, so I'm not kind of degrading it or saying it's a bad product. I just think the labeling is misleading. I obviously can understand what's in it, and I accept when I bought it I knew what was in it. But I do think it's misleading, and people that might not have the knowledge might be misled into thinking that they're buying something that they're not. So this is the product, which is ashwagandha, which is also called Withania somnifera. So if you type in Withania somnifera, that's the Latin binomial for the plant, and the herb is commonly called ashwagandha in Ayurvedic medicine, or it's sometimes called Withania. Which is just the genus of the genus and the species of the binomial. It's very widely available on eBay and other sites. It's been in shops for years and years. It's an adaptogenic herb. It has, if you want to think of it as being in the kind of the ginseng group of herbs, it doesn't work in exactly the same way as ginseng, but it does have adaptogenic properties. The active ingredient in it are withanolides, which are the equivalent of ginsenosides in ginseng, and they have the ability to have various physiological effects in the body. So that's the background on the herb. It's very good anti-stress. It's very good for people who live a stressful life, and really it's a very good tonic, very good anti-stress type of herb. So a lot of people might be interested in taking it. It's reasonably popular, and the kind of the name of it is well known. So that's why I picked this one. And this is advertised as 8,000 milligrams, and you can go on eBay and you can have a look at nutrition site, and you can say they advertise this as 8,000 milligrams. Well, the first thing to say is that this can't be 8,000 milligrams, because obviously the tablets, the capsules that are inside, they are inside the packet, would probably be able to take a gram at most. So 8,000 milligrams is 8 grams. There is clearly not 8 grams of ashwagandha in this tablet, so the labeling is incorrect. I would suggest that the labeling is backwards, because on the back of the packet they have said that the ashwagandha 8,000 milligrams from 400 milligrams of 20 to 1 extract. So if you take 400 milligrams, you times it by 10, you get 4,000 milligrams. If you times it by 2, you get 8,000 milligrams. So timesing 400 by 20 gives you 8,000. So this capsule actually contains 400 milligrams of ashwagandha, not 8,000 milligrams. Now, true, that might be equivalent to 8,000 milligrams in the original plant, and it has been concentrated to be able to standardize it, but that's not the point. It doesn't contain 8,000 milligrams, and this is what you find consistently in eBay. You find products advertised as 500 milligram tablets of a herb, but when you look on the back of the packet, you actually see it's 50 milligrams in a 10 to 1 extract. So that's very misleading. You're actually getting less herb than you think you're getting, and also you're relying on the company to accurately and precisely put the right amount in the capsule, because if you haven't correctly standardized it, then obviously you're getting much less of the herb. So I think this is problematic. I think personally this packet should say that this is 400 milligrams of ashwagandha. Now there is another company. I'm not particularly going to name them because I don't really push products on this channel. There is another company that I buy a lot of my supplements from, and they sell this almost exact product, but they do put the label the correct way around. They advertise it as 400 milligrams of ashwagandha in a 20-to-1 extract from an equivalent 8,000, and that is the correct way to put the label, because there is actually 400 milligrams of ingredients in the tablet. To claim that there's 8,000 milligrams of ingredients in this is actually incorrect. I don't know what the legalities of this are. I would suspect that's an incorrectly labeled product, because you have to have the ingredients labeled accurately in terms of the quantities and the weights that are in the tablets. I have written to them, and they did acknowledge that the label was wrong, but they still use the old label, I guess because they don't want to change it because it would cost them money. Here's hoping that in the future they decide to label their products correctly, and obviously I think this is a losing battle. There are so many supplements mislabeled on eBay, there are so many misleading adverts, that I think that what I'm going to do with a series of videos, and this might be a good idea, if you want to send me in a product in the comments box below in this video, and you want me to review something or have a look at it and tell you whether it's worthwhile buying, or to tell you what's actually in it or how it works, then I might do that as well. I'm not pushing any products. I'm never going to advertise any products, and I never have any affiliations. I'll never accept free products to advertise them. So all of this will be completely my opinion, and I will try and be as honest as possible, because the purpose of this channel is to educate people, not to sell things. So yeah, a good product. Nutrition does seem to sell some reasonably priced supplements and some reasonable products, but I think they've got the label wrong on this one. One thing to say about ashwagandha is, if you want to do your own test as to whether your product that you buy, let's say you buy some off eBay and you want to know whether it does have ashwagandha in it, you can usually tell. There's a number of ways to tell whether you've actually got a product that actually contains what you want in it. In the case of ashwagandha, it should taste like licorice. So if you buy it and you chew the capsule and you get a very licoricey taste, is that the word? The taste of licorice. If you get that taste, then you know it's probably got ashwagandha in it. If you can't taste ashwagandha, it's very likely not to have that in it. There are other herbs that have very distinctive tastes as well. Tonkat Ali is another herb that is that has adaptogenic properties. I think it's sometimes called Malaysian ginseng, and that is very, very, very bitter. You'll know if you've got some of that in your you'll know if you buy some and it's got actually Tonkat Ali in it, because it's almost repulsive. It's very, very bitter. There are other things that you can like fenugreek, for example, smells very, very distinctive. So as soon as you open the packet, you can smell the fenugreek. Selenium, L-methionine, it has a very, very sulfurous smell. So as soon as you open the packet, you should be able to smell sulfur. And you can pick up usually when you get the hang of this, you can usually pick up whether some of the products have got the actual product in them, because I'm sure that some of them haven't, and I'm sure that a lot of the supplements that are sold on eBay are probably counterfeit. I have no evidence for that, but I do have suspicions from some of the the adverts that I see. So yeah, caveat emptor, you've got to be very careful. You've got to be your own nutritionist, and this is the whole purpose of this channel, is to educate people and to try and get people discussing this, so that they do become informed consumers and they ask the right questions. And when you go on eBay and you're doing your shopping, or you go on Amazon, there are other sites that sell supplements as well. When you go on there, you can actually ask the right questions, and then determine whether what you're actually buying is what you think you're buying. So yeah, have a look at some ashwagandha adverts after this and see if you can spot the labels that are wrong. Most of them are. There's a few that are right, but generally if you go on eBay, you tend to find that they always advertise the larger amount, 8,000 milligrams. It sounds better than 400 milligrams, whereas the latter is actually correct. This has got 400 milligrams in it. So I hope you found that interesting. As always, eat well, stay healthy, and protect yourself, and I will see you soon for another video. Take care.